Canada are bringing 3 fullbacks to the World Cup in the likes of Richie Larrivee, Alistair Johnston, and Akubi. And of course, we have Alphonso Davies as well, but most notably, he is a left winger and striker for Canada. We have 3 amazing fullbacks going to the World Cup for Canada, and today, we're doing my fullback breakdown. Of course, we have 3 amazing fullbacks. We're going to be ranking them 1 through 3, talking about the qualities they possess, as well as their experience up to the World Cup, and what they can gain from this amazing World Cup call-up experience. Guys, we're going to jump straight into things with number 1, which is Alistair Johnston. Alistair Johnston is a huge and key part to this World Cup squad for Canada. He might not be a player that jumps off on the paper to a lot of fans, or especially a lot of people who don't follow Canadian soccer, but he is truly a key player to this squad and how we play and set up. Alistair Johnston is an unbelievable player, and he's had 2 full seasons at the top level in the MLS where he started consistently, having that 1 season for Nashville at the age of 22 in the 2021 season before that big transfer to CF Montreal, where they came 6th, having 26 matches and starting 24 of them with 2,100 minutes and 2 goal contributions, being a goal and an assist. But since his big move to Montreal for $1 million, as he is 23, for CF Montreal, they came 2nd, 33 appearances, 30 starts for 2,600 minutes and 8 goal contributions, being 4 goals and 4 assists. And he has been unbelievable for Montreal. Whether he's been at center back or right back, right wing back, or even right midfield, Alistair Johnston has been a gem for CF Montreal and Canada in the past year, which has even seen him get a huge elevation on transfer market, which has elevated him to $6 million valuation, which arguably could be even a little bit more. But truly, what qualities does Alistair Johnston possess? Well, he's unbelievably versatile, like I just said, guys. He is great at any position. Most notably, his key position, primary position, is right back. But for Canada, we'll probably be seeing him at right center back for us in the back 3 setup. He can play right back, right wing back, center back, or even right midfield. But we won't be seeing right mid because he will not play for Canada. That is a CF Montreal position. Alistair Johnston can play anywhere around the pitch. For most notably for Canada, he is key to our success, as he can play at right back or right center back. Most notably, we'll be playing a back 3 at right center back with Steven Vittoria and Kamal Miller. But that also lets Canada switch out to a back 4 whenever John Herman wants to go to more attacking, or even sit back more in maybe a 4-4-2, or go forward a bit more when he switches to a wing back. Alistair Johnston is very vital to our success and our formation and setup. He is a key player in that sense. What else can he bring to the team? Crossing ability is sublime. We saw it in that playoff game where CF Montreal sadly fell out. He delivered some absolute gems and pinpoint crosses for CF Montreal when they fell out of the playoffs. But there were some dimes that CF Montreal should have contributed on and scored some goals from his crossing, because he had some absolute gems of balls in that matches. And his crossing ability has come leaps and bounds. He looks unbelievable whipping the ball in and crossing the ball for Canada, and that is a huge attribute he does possess. Of course, his tenacity is unbelievable, and his defensive ability and his never say die. He is unbelievable defensively, and he is always able to track back, and he's very switched on following his defensive marker. He's always concentrated, which is great to see. It's a 90-minute game. You always have to stay switched on. He always is, which is great to see. And he has a never give up mentality. He never gets pushed off the ball. He never really gets shoved off the ball. He's not the tallest guy. He's not the most physical player. He's very physical, but he's not the most tallest, as he does only stand at 5'10", but he is still an unbelievable fullback and never gives up, which is truly the next man up mentality for Canada. What can Alistair Johnston gain from this World Cup experience? Truly top quality experience at playing some top quality attackers, which I'll be saying for a lot of these defenders, as you guys saw on my center back breakdown. But he can also gain a massive transfer. Like I said, he's had a massive year where he's gone from absolute nowhere to the top level. It wasn't really nowhere, but it has been extreme success with the CanMNT as well as CF Montreal. Like I said, that $6 million valuation on transfer market. He's been getting linked to move to Bologna in the Serie A, which I will be talking about, as they are a mid-table side in the Serie A, which would be a massive move for Alistair Johnston. But no matter what, he could be succeeded with a transfer abroad from this stint at the World Cup. We're going to swiftly move on to number 2, guys, which is Akubi for me. But no matter which way you look at it, guys, these rankings could be schemed either way for you guys, because they're all unbelievable fullbacks in different senses. And Akubi is unbelievable defensively, but his experience is top level, playing at a great level for Hatcherspor in the Greece Super League, playing against some top quality opponents like Fenerbahce and all kinds of teams, of course Besiktas as well. He's had a decent year for 14th place mid-table side Hatchesport, having 12 matches, 10 starts. Of course, last year playing 34 matches and having 34 starts. Samuel Akubi has also been unbelievable for the CanMNT, arguably one of our most underrated players as well. As we saw at Ice Taka, he was truly our key player to success against Mexico, and I think he is going to be great for Canada as well. Playing at a cup level, playing against some great attackers in Turkey as well. Like I said, Besiktas, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, there's all sorts of great players as well, like Enner Valencia, who lit it up for Ecuador today against Qatar. They have some amazing players in the Turkish league. And Samuel Akubi has played against all those attackers out there in the Turkish league. He has been amazing all year long for Canada as well. But what qualities does he possess? Defensive ability, amazing. Crossing ability is phenomenal. We talked about that just like Alistair Johnston. But Samuel Akubi offers a lot defensively. His aerial ability is fantastic. Just like Steven Vittoria possesses for Canada middle, Samuel Akubi has it out wide. He is unbelievable in the air and very good defending aerially or set pieces at the back post, which is going to be very vital for Canada at the World Cup. With teams trying to swing it in back post to attack Kamal Miller's weakness, I think Samuel Akubi can neutralize that as well. And that's what Steven Vittoria is going to do to neutralize Alistair Johnston's weakness in the air as well. But he's also great off the ball and covering markers, making sure he's always switched on. That is something Samuel Akubi is always great at, so it's a huge bonus of his as well. What can he gain? Possibly, maybe a little jump up in a move for Hatchesport, but also just experience of World Cup. You're always gaining massive experience at the World Cup. It's always a huge opportunity to be there to represent your country, and it's a great opportunity for Samuel Akubi. Guys, before we move on to number 3, make sure to drop down below and smash that sub button, because we have a lot of daily content coming around the CanMNT and our Canadian national team, whether it's daily uploads, which we have all the time on the channel, around news, player profiles, player reactions, match reactions, previews of 5 things we learned, transfers, anything around the Canadian men's national team or prospects, it's on the channel, guys. So stay tuned, and we're going to swiftly jump into number 3, Richie Larrivee. Last but not least, definitely not least, like I said, guys, you can rank these 3 any different way for me, but this is how I'd have them ranked. And Richie Larrivee has a huge abundance of experience, quality, and it's very exciting to see what he can bring. We saw it against Japan, earning us that penalty, but his experience is unbelievable. He's had 4 amazing years with TFC, of course having some great stints in the CONCACAF Champions League as well. Richie Larrivee is a phenomenal player, and he was, of course, earned to that with that huge move to Nottingham Forest, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But Toronto FC has had Richie Larrivee since 2019 in March. Of course, had that big transfer in January 2022, and has 83 appearances for TFC and scoring 9 goals, which is great for a fullback. But Richie Larrivee's quality is, of course, his dribbling, pace ability, and earning fouls, of course, which we saw against Japan. His dribbling ability is amazing. He's able to control the ball at a very high speed and high tempo. He's just like Alphonso Davies that way, but of course not on the same level. It's unbelievable how he can have the ball glued to his feet even when it's a foot or 2 away from him, bring defenders in to commit the foul, and then he just swiftly takes the ball away from it, and they lunge in, commit that foul, and he earns that foul. Richie Larrivee is unbelievable at that, and he's going to win us a lot of fouls when he comes on late as a sub and brings his unbelievable pace ability, running into the box, taking defenders one-on-one, and that's what Richie Larrivee can do. But what can he gain from this World Cup experience? For me, proving Nottingham Forest that he's good enough. I think he can truly do that. Maybe even if Nottingham Forest get relegated, they're going to have a huge clear out. I think that's Richie Larrivee's big chance. I hope he doesn't stay at TFC, because I think he has a big chance with Nottingham Forest after the World Cup. I think he can be called back if they need wing-back depth. They're having some injuries, fitness concerns. Yes, they have Renan Lodi. They have the likes of a lot of talented players there at wing back, but they don't have enough, and I think Richie Larrivee can offer that after a good stint with TFC here at the World Cup. But guys, let me know what you guys think of my fullback breakdown. Drop a comment on what you guys would rank them, as well as hit that like button, smash that sub button as well, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.